this game was so uncharacteristic of how you performed, really on both sides of the ball. Just what do you attribute that to?
Well, I mean, first, I have to give Denver, credit for, they came in there. They had tremendous adversity that they faced coming into this game. Had concern Wednesday, as far as, the way we've come off some successful weeks, and, the message was don't take the cheese, and frankly, we were outcoached, we were outplayed all the way through. So this is the first time I felt clearly our energy didn't exceed our opponent, and that's disappointing. But they came in aggressively. If you look at the way their defense played us from the start, they challenged our receivers, they challenged the box. They clearly were going to take away the run and put it on the passing game, and we didn't respond to that. Their run offense was significant, particularly yards after contact. So these are basics, things that felt like we were improving on. Just sitting there, before I came in here, just. Why does that happen to your team? Those are things that, you're always, focused on. But, maybe I've overcoached the penalties this week, because, we had so many, we all know where our numbers are. But we just weren't, we weren't the more physical team today. And I thought it showed up, and I give them a lot of credit.
Do you think they got any? You had 2 fourth downs you went for in the first quarter, the one in your territory, then the one passed up a field goal. Failing those, do you think that gave them some energy, gave them some belief?
I mean, momentum. We talk about momentum swings all the time, and I think it's important to, respond to all the momentum swings, especially if you have it, what do you do with it? And then, frankly, when the opponent has it, how do you respond to it? So, I mean, the decisions, they're good. I'm fine with the decisions. We didn't, the execution, particularly, I think they, on the first one, they had better defense than we had play called, and we had penetration in the A gap, and couldn't get the ball to the edge on the outside zone. So they came in aggressive. Their plan was, you could see it right away, and we just never got going.
How do you characterize Dak's performance today?
I thought he had a tough uphill day. I thought particularly his match man game. There wasn't a lot of completions as far as readily available as some prior contests. So like I said, I thought they did a really good job challenging our perimeter and pressing our tackles.
2 weeks without any live game action for Dak. How did that impact him today?
Well, I mean, I think it's like anything. The speed of the game is something you can't replace. And frankly, the fourth quarter was a conscious effort to keep him in there for the 2-minute work. That's something that if I was looking at all the situation and work that we've done and the commitment that you put to each situation, we needed that work. So I was happy to see us have some 2-minute production, just because that's something I think we definitely can carry forward out of this game.
You mentioned the
Part of the
offense.
decision there at the end was you were so ineffective offensively. You felt you wanted to keep him in and let the unit work through some things going into
Absolutely, that was a conversation on the sidelines. I wanted the 2-minute work.
You had some pretty significant adjustments on your offensive line. How do you think it did?
Well, the evaluation is we got beat top to bottom. So, and that's really the approach. We'll go through the video tomorrow, grade it like we always do. But yeah, the evaluation was we did not get it done today.
It looked like a flat performance, Mike. Is it your interpretation that the team was maybe starting to feel themselves a little bit, starting to feel that they were a Super Bowl contender?
I think they clearly played better at the finish than we did, and that's where it got sideways. There was too many yards after contact. We weren't winning the second and third reactions. Our scramble draw opportunities did not convert. I haven't seen the film yet, but was it the spacing? The Dak had a number of times where he was flushed. So that's those are things that obviously we all practice certain things, and we just didn't get the production there. And when you have a man match game, I mean, they're going to challenge your passing game. So, those space plays have to happen.
Just from a psychological perspective, do you think that your team felt like they could just roll the football out there and win?
I think that's we don't ever think that. This is the National Football League. They have a lot of talent. I think they overcame, adversity during the week. As far as the players that they didn't have a situation they had to deal with today, I give them a ton of credit. They deserve it. We were outplayed and we were outcoached today.
Mike, you mentioned at the top there. Sorry, Clarence, go ahead.
Were you flat, though? Did you have the proper energy?
No, I thought our energy was good coming out. I don't think it was a problem coming into the game, but they played better in the finish. I don't think that I'm not just going to throw it all in one. We were flat. We came into the game with good energy. It was a noon game. I feel relatively our players are excited about getting up and getting going. That's the locker room energy was good. Guys were here early, so I didn't see anything wrong with going into the game, but they clearly, I thought they got momentum, after the fourth down starts, but they clearly played better at the finish of the play time and time again, and I think it built up against us.
Mike, you mentioned at the top there, don't eat the cheese. Did your players eat the cheese?
Well, we didn't play the way we needed to play to win today, so if that's goes back to our preparation. We started slow on Wednesday. Thursday was a solid day. So the prep, I would say, was solid. But we all know that the preparation doesn't always equate to your performance. But our performance was not nearly what it has been all year. So the physicality was definitely not what I'm looking for.
Talk about their ability to run the ball and what that did to you defensively over the course of the game.
Well, it kept them in favorable down and distance. I think they, when you're able to do that, they throw only when they want to. So yeah, I thought their run offense was a big key to their success.
Mike, how did just Dak's calf injury, how did he look physically, and were there any setbacks?
I didn't think there was any setbacks. I think you have a chance to talk to Dak today, but I didn't visit with him after the game. But I'm not aware of any setback today.
You mentioned the man match situation from Denver. Is that a lot different than what you guys faced with the Chargers before earlier this year? Or was this
They were softer. They were a little more read. Not as aggressive. But hey. This is a plan that I'm sure we'll see more of. So we need to take the time to make sure we address everything and learn from this experience today.
Mike, did you ever have a block punt turn on you like that so bad?
Yeah, I had one in Baltimore a few years back. But it's a big play and tough lesson to learn there. That ball crosses the line.
How much did that affect the momentum of the football game? It seemed like that was where you guys had turned it just coming out of halftime.
Well, that would have been a huge momentum play for us, especially coming in at halftime. You have a chance to, reset your jaw and you get back out there and, you get the 3 and out and block the punt. You're in scoring position, so, you're on the board and, and maybe you do something with that momentum.
Should Nahshon have got away from the ball, or is it just instincts kind of take over to say, hey?
I think his instincts took over. I think, it's something. He's a young player and, we'll definitely learn from it. But, we all understand what the role is.
Do you think it's a good rule?
It doesn't matter. We ain't going to solve anything today.
Thank you.
Thank you.